Assalamu alaikum, dear brother and sister. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever stopped for a second and wondered why certain things in your life happened the way they did? Why that person entered your life just to leave? Why that one moment broke you so deeply that you were never the same again? Maybe you called it bad luck. Maybe you thought it was random. But what if it wasn't? What if every single thing that ever happened to you, every loss, every delay, every heartbreak, was all written with absolute precision? What if nothing in your life has ever been random? That's Qadr, the divine writing that shapes every breath, every meeting, every silence. And today, I want you to see it, not as an abstract idea, but as a living truth, something happening right now, inside you, around you, through you, because when you truly understand Qadr, you stop blaming the past, you stop fearing the future, and you start living the present. We all love to plan. We make to-do lists, dream boards, life goals, and we think we're steering the ship. But life has this quiet way of reminding you that we're never really in control. That rejection you didn't expect, that delay you didn't plan, that heartbreak you didn't see coming, they weren't errors, they were reroutes. Because sometimes what you want isn't what you need, and what feels like a failure is actually a divine redirection, taking you somewhere far better, far wiser. You see, Qadr doesn't take permission from your plans. It unfolds according to a wisdom that knows what your heart doesn't. Control is an illusion, but surrender, that's freedom. When you stop fighting the current of life, you start floating in it. You start realizing that peace isn't found when everything goes your way, it's found when you trust that His way is always better. Let's be honest, there are moments when life feels unfair. When you do everything right, and still everything goes wrong. When you pray, you work, you hope, and yet doors slam in your face. In those moments, it's easy to say, why me? But maybe it's not punishment, maybe it's preparation. You see, Qadr isn't about making life easy. It's about making you strong enough for what's coming next. Sometimes the storm isn't there to destroy you, it's there to clear your path. The people who walked away didn't leave, they were removed because they couldn't walk with the version of you that's coming. Your pain isn't a sign that you're forgotten, it's proof that you're being transformed. And one day, you'll look back and realize every painful moment was actually an answered prayer in disguise. Have you ever noticed how one small moment can change everything? A random meeting, a delayed bus, a phone call you almost didn't answer. Destiny works like a butterfly effect, one unseen decision changing your entire story. You think you missed that opportunity, but maybe missing it was the opportunity. You think you took the wrong turn, but maybe that turn saved you from something you'll never know. When you zoom out far enough, you'll see that every coincidence was a connection. Every delay was direction. Every step you took was leading you exactly where you were meant to be. And that's the beauty of Qadr, it's not chaos, it's choreography. Sometimes Qadr protects you by breaking you. We don't see it in the moment, because when your heart is breaking, all you see is the loss. But later, you'll realize that thing you cried over wasn't a loss, it was a rescue. That person you begged to stay, you'll thank God they didn't. That dream that collapsed, it would have trapped you. Sometimes God closes doors, not because you're unworthy, but because what's behind them isn't worthy of you. Qadr doesn't always give, sometimes it takes, but even in taking, it gives something better, wisdom, strength, peace. And when you finally understand that, you stop asking why me, and start whispering, thank you. Sometimes Qadr speaks loud through storms, but sometimes it speaks through silence. You pray and nothing happens. You try and the doors stay closed. You start to think maybe you're forgotten. But no, silence isn't absence, it's preparation. The seed doesn't sprout the moment it's planted. It stays underground, invisible, waiting for the right season. That you unseen doesn't mean unloved. Hidden doesn't mean forgotten. Maybe you're not being punished. Maybe you're just being prepared in private. Because when your season comes, you'll bloom so suddenly that everyone will call it luck, but you'll know it was Qadr all along. Surrender, the most misunderstood word in the world. People think surrender means weakness, giving up, letting go. But in truth, surrender is strength. It's choosing peace over panic. It's saying, I don't know where this is going, but I trust the one who does, because you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails, and when you stop trying to control what was never yours, life starts flowing again. You begin to breathe again. You start seeing beauty in detours, purpose in pauses, wisdom in waiting. That's when Qadr becomes your peace, not your fear, and you realize nothing that's meant for you will ever miss you. Chaos, we all fear it. When things fall apart, we think the plan failed. But what if the chaos is the plan? From your view, it's messy, painful, unpredictable, but from above it's symmetry. Every heartbreak, every wrong turn, every mistake, they all form the perfect geometry of your becoming. You're not living a broken story, you're living an unfolding masterpiece. The problem is, you're standing too close to the painting. Step back and you'll see how the darkest colors were the ones that gave it depth. That's Qadr, divine order hiding inside human chaos. Real freedom isn't in control, it's in trust. When you finally stop forcing things, stop chasing what's running from you, stop fighting every storm, that's when you taste peace. Freedom isn't when everything goes right. It's when nothing outside of you can shake the calm inside you, because when you trust the author, you stop fearing the story. Even your pain becomes part of the poetry. Even your delays become part of the music. That's when you stop existing by chance and start living by purpose. That's real freedom. That's Qadr. So next time something doesn't go your way, remember this. This too is Qadr. Maybe you can't see the reason now. Maybe the pain still burns, but one day, when you look back, you'll see every detour, every heartbreak, every silence was necessary. You weren't being broken, you were being built. Every unanswered prayer was an answer leading you to something far better. And when that moment finally comes, when it all makes sense, you'll smile through your tears and whisper, nothing was random. It was all written, all meant, all mine. That's the real meaning of Qadr. Not fate written against you, but love written for you.